Speaking of new OnePlus products, they put out a new TV kind of quietly. You might not have seen the event. You were watching the event. You were curious. The big news here, if there is any, is the price point starting at $175 USD equivalent. Granted, I don't even think this thing launched in the US. Pretty sure it's specific to the Indian market for the time being. We'll see if that changes anytime soon. Of course, the important or interesting part here is the fact that it's a focus on Google's Android TV and working towards a smarter TV experience, a more stylish TV interface, something more in line with what you're getting on Android, but on the TV. Because, you know, for the most part, some of these UIs on TVs, it's a little... I'm not too happy about it. Yeah. But they have gotten better in recent years, and of course, OnePlus wants to take a crack at it. They have experience manipulating Android to a certain extent with their OS, their skin that they put on, their minimal skin that they put on top of Android in their phones. So it is kind of interesting to see what they do in the TV space on a different form factor. But if they bring some of that same ethic, you might assume that it could be something nice, and particularly if it's affordable. However, you pointed this out before the show started, that their 55-inch model, granted it is going to be 4K, is not really that inexpensive, around $1,000 Canadian equivalent. We've got a lot of different currencies at play here. We got Canadian, US. But their 32-inch model is going to be your $175 model. Granted, it's a 720p TV. It's a bit, it's hard to get excited about that in 2020. The 43-inch model will be 1080p, and then the 55-inch model will be 4K. This is a growing market for them. They want to get into this other line of consumer electronics, and it's, of course, a growing market in India, the TV market as well. They have a pretty cool-looking remote with what looks like a Google Assistant button, a dedicated Netflix button. The top-of-the-line model is going to be running a MediaTek processor, 3 gigs RAM, 16 gigs storage, and then the cheaper models are going to toggle that back a little bit, a gigabyte of RAM, and 8 gigs of storage. And this article doesn't mention the processor that's in the cheaper models. These are on pre-order right now. They've got some carbon fiber trim on there, Will. I know that's the type of thing that'll get you going.
Is it real carbon fiber?
I don't think it's real carbon. I think it's sort of like a carbon fiber look like.
Oh, okay.
But I mean,
it's good enough.
I don't know. It's hard. How do you differentiate a TV? It's a rectangle with a limited. You want the smallest bezel possible. Where do you insert personality?
Yeah.
And with maybe just within the interface for the most part, but they fit some carbon fiber in there. So there you have it. It's not just smartphones from OnePlus. The TV thing, they appear to be committed. They've been in it for a little bit now. They're continuing down that path. I should also mention Dolby Atmos and a 30-watt sound system inside of the bigger model, the 4K model, the expensive model. The other one's going to have the smaller ones will have 10-watt speaker system in there.